You can take your belt and shove it up your ass.
Why aren't you running your own stuff, man? You could be doing big business and it'd be more satisfying.
I know.
You're building something out there, you know, and the fact that you're able to even pull deathmatch off. I live in Ohio. We can't fucking do deathmatch here.
Spooky Lou, another wonderful WrestleRoni for me and for you. Did you ever think you'd see the day? Blue Collar Beef, Dax Preacher is on WrestleRoni. How we feeling, Bubby?
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Good. I'm glad to have you, man. It's early in the morning. I'm sick.
Yep.
You worked last night. What was
I did.
happening in your world last night?
I wrestled for Strong Style Lucha out in Bridgeport, Ohio. That was my debut down there. Worked William Renee.
Mm-hmm.
First time ever working William Renee. Great competitor. Loved working him. I'll work him every day. You
Nice.
know, you get those guys that like you can walk into a building, talk over a match, and just get that instinct. Like everything went smooth, everything went good.
Good.
Good show.
Hell yeah. What else you
It was
see
the
down
first
there?
time. I didn't stay too long. I had to kind of get in and out.
Gotcha.
Like, but like a lot of good competitors. Like they had Clayton King,
Okay.
Manchild, some other guys. I can't remember. Like there was so many people down there. It was good. It was a good crowd.
Uh-huh.
They were more into the old school wrestling. Like they didn't give a shit about the flips
No.
or anything like that. Like it was nice to just have like traditional lock up, throw some chops.
Right.
You know.
That seems to be the
So-
overall West Virginia audience. You know, they're
Yeah,
for the
it
old
was
school
a
wrestling.
different. It was different. It was nice. You know. I'm used to trying to do something crazy and crazy spots and just. It was nice to relax. Like it was a relaxing day for me.
Really? And it was the first time
Yeah.
there, and you're saying it was a relaxing day. There's no nerves or anything?
Oh no, I gave up on the nerves. Like the last time I had nerves, I worked WVWF.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a triple threat for the world champ in the main event. And that was I debuted for a world title for 880 Wrestling when I first started.
Okay.
That was my debut match. Like it was like a mystery challenge, you know.
Nice.
But
Huh.
like this was like the first one that it was like hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we built the story to it,
Right on.
and it was just like the nerves were shot. Like I was, because it was right when the day before. It was the next day from Negative Outlook for Marcus's birthday.
Oh, okay. So that was recently.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that was.
So you gave up on the nerves as of just recently. You said, hell with all this, huh?
Yeah, like if it's a good match, like if I know like the guys I work with, like I try and work like a lot of guys that I just get comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's like another day in the office, you know. You get those guys, it's just like, all right, let's go out there and kill it, you know.
Right on.
We don't have to talk much in the back. Just if we're gonna throw something different in our match, we'll just talk about that and we'll just go to work.
Go to work, baby. Have fun. Aren't we in this to have fun?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
man.
that
Damn it. How important
like,
is it
wrestling?
to have fun in wrestling?
Oh, every day I've never had a match where I'm just like I don't want to go. You know, like,
Good.
You know, it like I'm not a big fan of battle royals because it's just like a big clusterfuck of.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, I'll do them. I'll throw myself in there, but
You'd rather have some of that shine in a singles match, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I want to put.
It's easier to work with the crowd. You know,
Okay.
I'm big on working with the crowd. Getting the crowd involved. Like, I've worked matches where like I held dude's arms behind his back,
Mhm.
and I've asked the fans. I was like, chop the shit out of him. You
Right.
know,
Love
like,
that shit.
and they get so fired up for it. You know.
Something you said that I think's interesting. You said your debut match, your very first match, was for 880, and I assume they're streaming live and everything. Tell me about the nerves, the pressure, and that experience.
I was shitting bricks.
I'm sure.
Cause I wrestled. My first opponent was David Lawless.
Okay, hell yeah, big pop.
He was he was great to work with. He like I was like texting him. I was like, let's meet up the night before at the shop. Like, let's work on this. Like, let's go through it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
See what works, see what doesn't.
Uh-huh.
But he was just like, brother, I got you.
Hell yeah.
And like once he said that, I was good.
Yeah. It's a guy you could trust.
Yeah, like he was great to work for.
He's
like,
solid.
Mad respect for those guys.
No doubt. No doubt. Did it go well?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Another thing you mentioned, which is the reason you're on the podcast. Let's just put this out here. My group of people and your group of people maybe had some words in the past, some disagreements here and there. But the thing is, we used to always joke, we used to come up to Parkersburg, we used to go buy tickets and sit in the crowd and watch a show.
Mm-hmm.
We never did that. By God, you come down to Marcus Twist, and hey man, looked like you had a good time. Tell me about your experience coming to the Morgantown show, Marcus Twist, No Ring Deathmatch Sock Hop Extravaganza.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Loved every minute of it. It was a good show. A lot of like Beastman was a surprise.
Wasn't that cool?
That was awesome,
Mm-hmm.
because I was talking to Marcus. I was like, I'll bring my shit. Like, if somebody cancels, like, I'll fill in. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I'll always, be ready.
Uh-huh.
And he kept saying, like, somebody's in the crowd wanting to fight. Like, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I don't have my stuff.
Oh,
on.
okay,
Like,
yeah.
he didn't talk to me before this. And then Beastman came out. And I was like, oh, okay. That's who he's talking
That's
about.
awesome. Ready to go.
He freaked me out. Like, I was just like, no, he's not talking about me. Like,
That's
because I know
funny.
we talked about it.
Right. Hell yeah. But no, it looked like he had a good time, and it was cool meeting you, and it was fun. It was a fun time, man. He brought people together that I never thought he'd bring together, so that was some pretty cool shit.
Yeah, like, those guys, like, I've never had no issues with them. I respect them, like, they're considered vets in my eyes, because I've only been in this for two or so years.
Okay.
So I always shake hands, respect the vets. Like, I try my best not to piss people off.
I feel it, but it's going to happen, ain't it? It's going to happen regardless.
No matter what you do, like, you focus on this person to make them happy, you piss the other half off.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, there's no winning.
There's no winning. I'm to the point in my life, career, all that. Walk into it, shake everybody's hands. If you don't like me, let's just go out, put a show on, and go home. Like, we don't have to go to the bar after and hang out. Like, let's just work, put a show on, entertain the fans, and just go home.
And there's not like stuff to have big disagreements over nowadays. There really isn't.
Yeah.
And it's just people being hateful for the sake of being hateful sometimes. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the future hold? What do you want to do? It looks like you told me you just wanting to branch out. Where would you like to go?
Like, I want to get back into the Pittsburgh scene. Like, I've been going to Ohio, West Virginia. Just, there's like a lot in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I kind of pissed off the wrong people.
Ooh.
And
What
like
happened?
I'm trying to just some ring rat shit, you
Okay.
know, like
Happens.
like that's
Man,
pretty
there's
much
so
all
many
it
of that.
is.
So many stories. So many.
Got tucked away into the ring rat stuff and just upset at certain people, and
Then no more
but
Pittsburgh, huh?
yeah, so I took some time off. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'll go out of state, work on my career out there, get my name back out there.
Hell yeah.
But like, I would like IWC is like my WWE because
Got you.
that's like the big one for
Right.
Pittsburgh. You know,
Yeah.
like I always told that I've even told Plummer to his face. I said this is like my WWE
It's the big one in our
because
area. I mean, they're long running. They stream live on Triller now. It's called. I mean, they're doing their thing, and it looks legit when you watch it. Like,
yeah, I was like, this is my big show. Like, even if I do one match,
right?
that'll just be
You know,
the one thing for me. You know,
I got a plan. I got a plan. You ready, Dax? This is what we're going to do. Call out the whiz can. You could
the
take it.
whiz can.
Call out the whiz can. I'll clip it, put it on the socials. We got you in, baby. And I think you could take him too. So just
No, the one guy I actually want to work down there is Sam the Handyman.
hell yeah, he's so good.
Because like we kind of got that same like blue collar gimmick going.
Ooh, right.
You know, let's go at it. See who's the top blue collar guy out there. You
The
know,
blue collar champion, baby.
yeah,
Oh, dude, Sam Handyman is so solid in the ring, but he's one of those guys that sticks around after a show, helps out, loads every last board. Sweetheart too. I can't put that dude over enough.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
couldn't,
I did a seminar with him. He was really cool.
really,
Yeah,
what's
I
some
did the Elias seminar.
Elias? That was recently
Yeah.
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was within last year, I think.
Hell yeah. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
some knowledge. I mean, you're doing your thing, man. Any other seminars you've hit up recently?
I've done that's the only one I've done recent.
It's
I've
not a
just
whole
been
lot that
so
comes our
busy.
way. We don't have many options,
Yeah.
not, you know?
Yeah, like I was excited for they had Zoltan
Mm-hmm.
for WVWF, but he ended up like getting sick or something and couldn't make the show because I was gonna pick his brain, you know, like
Right. Dude, Lord
You know, that-
Zoltan popped back up out of nowhere. I used to watch that dude at so many indie shows growing up. I'll be honest, I tried to get him on the podcast, but he didn't reply. So, Lord Zoltan
Yeah.
big leagued me, man. What the hell? Oh man, damn dog. What's it like to have him in the locker room now? What's that doing for y'all?
What's that?
Oh, it looks like,
Like-
Lord Zoltan has he been back to shows up there in Parkersburg?
No, he couldn't come that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Come
got
on.
sick, so he didn't make it.
Lord Zoltan.
Yeah, but hey, you gotta respect it, you know.
Oh yeah, it's Lord Zoltan, man. Like I say,
Yeah.
do you watch a lot of old West Virginia stuff? I've been putting a lot on the channel. We've got a weird history, man. Did you go to indie shows back in the day?
So I never really went to a lot of indie shows. Like I never knew this existed.
Okay.
Like, so when I first graduated out of high school, I was like, I want to go and I want to do wrestling because I've watched wrestling growing up. You know, like big fans of like D-Generation X, the Hardys, you know, all the greats back
Right.
in like the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, I could do this. Like, I'll just sign up for wrestling school, you know,
Mm-hmm.
tear it up. And then
Okay.
I was like, and then I had to like kind of like sit back and I was like, I'm out of high school. I gotta get a job, you know, I gotta be smart.
Right on.
So I pushed it back some more and it was just like, just kept pushing it back. And then like 1 year it just sparked. I was like, I'm gonna get myself in shape, lose a bunch of weight, and then I'm gonna go do it, you know?
Right on.
And then I ended up getting really sick. I had a sinus infection. It eroded a bone in my nose,
Oh shit.
went between my skull and my brain. So
Uh huh.
they actually took half my skull out for
Whoa.
for 6 months. Like I had to wear a hockey helmet anytime I stood up, like
Really?
because it was like that big of a hole. Like if I would fall
Uh huh.
on that side, it would have killed me
Right. From a sinus infection.
from a sinus infection.
Whoa, bro. That's
And like I was life flighted because if they would have drove me, I would have been dead.
right on.
So
Wow.
like, you live that near life experience. So you're just like, after I got better, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like semi at 100%. I was like, I'm going for it.
Hell yeah.
You know, I trained at MV Young School.
Nice. Tell me about that. Definitely curious on that.
That was good. Like I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Duke Day or not Duke. I worked with Duke. Duke came in some classes.
Mm-hmm.
But Gannon and MV were so good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we just kind of had some issues that don't need to be brought up. It's in the past,
Right on.
and they just kind of shunned me a little bit.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm not here to tear anybody down. I respect MV. All hail the king of Pittsburgh.
Hell yeah. No doubt. Same. Same.
I would love to work them too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like I said, I'll work anybody. I'll never say no to anything.
Let's go.
Let's just put our difference aside, entertain the crowd, and just go home.
Right on. Right on. Hey,
That's my biggest.
and you got the training out of it, so that's
Yeah,
awesome. So when do
yeah.
you make the move to Parkersburg?
So I met Pav Novak
Okay.
um at a MVP show in Charleroi,
Okay.
and he saw me work, and he was like kind of helping booking down there, and he's like, dude, go down to this show, tell them I sent you, and they'll put you in the cart, like they'll just throw you in.
Okay.
I said, okay, like I'll drive. Like that's 2.5 hour drive for me.
Okay. That says something.
So I took the drive, said, hey, if you got something for me, great.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in something. Wildcat is in charge of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy. you know. Worked a match with somebody that I've been good friends with. I think it was Godric Sandwell.
Okay.
He's was in PWX, and I've worked there also.
Okay.
Um,
Hey, props
But
to
now
them for
it's-
turning things around. I just want to throw that out there. They're doing a lot better recently.
yeah, since oh, I can't think of his name now.
I know Colbert's been helping out.
Yeah, Jeremy Colbert.
Uh-huh.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, the YouTube's looking good. Everything's looking good. But I'm still curious about this Parkersburg journey. Do continue.
So I was like, I was like, let's work our gimmicks, because me and him have worked together, in PWX, and we were very good friends. He's one of those guys, like, we don't have to talk about things in the back. Let's just tear it up,
Right on. Hell yeah.
We'll have fun doing it.
Right on.
And we put on a good show, and they were just like, he saw me work, and he's like, what are you doing next month? I said, I'll be here. And I just been on that ride ever since.
No. They took you in. Tell me about the locker room. I'm curious. Of course I'm curious. Tell me about what's going on.
It's like a big family.
Right.
We'll all we get along so good, and like there's always those little arguments between family, but
I feel
like
it.
no matter what, we're all here for the fans.
Right on. I
But
think
no, like they took me in like I was family right off the bat.
good. Good.
Like creative decisions I want to do, like they're just like go for it.
Really? That'd be nice.
Yeah, like and like they don't really like like they don't really like tell me like which way to go. Like they're just like, what do you want to do?
Good. Gives you freedom.
And I got my taste into the because I always wanted to do like deathmatch hardcore like since I got into the business.
Right on.
I was like, I want to do it.
Who's the dream deathmatch opponent?
Oh man, that is so tough because there's so many good ones.
Right. You can pick 3 then.
All right, 3.
Yeah.
Definitely Beastman.
Hell yeah.
MV.
Yeah. Okay.
And either Didi or Marcus.
Okay.
Like,
Whoo. Let's do it. Book it.
Just because like I don't turn much down. Like,
Right on.
I worked a dog collar match in WVWF.
Okay, tell me about it.
So we're talking about the match and stuff like that, like before the show, like way before the show, like as soon as we announced the dog collar.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, it'd be a cool spot. And the worst part is I always come up with the bad ideas to myself, and then I can't back out.
Right on. Okay.
So I'm like, at one point, like I'll choke you with the chain, and then I'll have your wife smack me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sell the face smack, and then you grab like a big length of chain and just whip me in the back with it.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, as long as I'm not going to hurt you. Like, I'm like, just as long as you hit me in that meat,
Right.
like, I'll be fine. So I sold him on doing the spot. I go to the store. I buy the dog collars. I buy the chain. I'm carrying the chain through the store. I'm like, this is oddly heavier than I wanted it to be. Because like I didn't want to get like cheap chain.
Right.
So if like we like pulled on it, it would break.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like I also didn't want to get like heavy ass chain where it was like we would like put our heads down and we'd fall over with it.
Right. But still,
so,
if you're gonna do
in that middle.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it
and
right.
Then, so like I'm like leading up to the show, and I'm like looking at the chain, and I'm like every time like I'd see the chain, I'd be like, this is gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, and we get ready for the show. He's holding the chain and stuff, and he's like, you still want me to whip you with this? Like, I'm like, dude, it was my idea. Like, we gotta do it.
Right.
So I get him over in front of his old lady. I'm choking him, and I'm like, because like I would tease her during the matches.
I got you.
So I was like, come on, baby, give me a kiss right here, And she lit me up. Like, so I'm selling over to the ringside. I'm like hunched over on the apron. He come over and he just bam. There was not even like selling. Like that was.
It hurt.
It sucked.
Scale of 1 to 10.
That had to have been an 8.
Yeah, it was bad, huh?
Yeah, like, I do a lot of shit with barbed wire.
Hell yeah.
My first hardcore match I ever did was with Brian Lestat, the Banana Man from PWX.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We actually did it down in Parkersburg.
Okay.
And I was like, let's just go crazy, like I don't want to ease into it, you know. Like, let's just do
Just go out there and go
as
nuts from Jump Street, huh?
yeah, like the only thing I was afraid of was thumbtacks. I don't know why.
I know,
Like,
yep.
I was like, I'll do anything else.
I,
Just don't put me through thumbtacks.
I
So
hear
we
ya.
did Legos. He spine bustered me through 2 chairs that were lined up this way,
Okay.
and then vertical suplexed me through them again.
Nice.
I went through a barbed wire door.
I think I've seen clips online now that you're saying this.
Yeah,
I think so.
but like, so we got done with this hardcore match. Neither one of us were bleeding.
Oh, yeah?
We're like I made a bat with barbed wire on it, and he was like holding it against my head, and like I'm like taking the barbed wire, and I'm trying to like dig it in. And,
Okay.
like, I could not get it to fucking.
So, did you not have a blade? You didn't think to bring a blade? You thought the barbed wire would do it?
I was like, the barbed wire will cut me out, you know? Like, my back was all bloody, you know?
Yeah, well, that's how you learn. That's how you learn. So if you want to bleed next time, you might as well bring a blade, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of hardcore, something that caught my attention. Recently up your way, they started up Legit Alternative Wrestling, LAW. Is that the name of it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, okay. Tell me why this happened, who started it. I'm on the outside looking in, but I'm very curious, and I'll tell you why. I watched the first episode, and I was impressed. The production was good. The matches were good. There's story there. There's characters. You can see there's a lot of effort being put into it.
Yes.
So I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I know you was only there for the first show and stuff, but you've been around up there. You know way more than I do, way more than my audience knows. Tell me about the formation of this LAW, from what you know at least.
So LAW started because, like, they wanted to get some of the guys that were, like, shunned out of promotions and, like, you know, like, there's places where, like, if you wear a t-shirt in the ring, they're like, you're just a coward, you know, like, we won't work you. You look like a backyarder, you know, like, stuff like that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So they were like, we'll put our own promotion together, and we'll take the outcast, and you know, the people in charge is Timothy Titan, Pav Novak, and Michael McMoney.
Okay.
Are the 3 head honchos of that one. All good friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, worked promotions with them multiple times. And they always wanted to do, like, almost like bring back ECW.
I can see it. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it was like, and, which is a funny story about that. At my debut of LAW.
Uh-huh. Do tell.
They were going to put me in, like, the Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, like, they didn't really, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it.
Okay.
So they're like, if you show up, we'll just toss you in the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I said, whatever, you know. So I get there, and I see they had Brohemoth there.
Uh-huh.
Good friend.
Big
Love him to death.
Love him. What up, bro?
He had that open challenge, the Bro Pin Challenge.
Uh-huh.
I was like, who do you got for that?
Uh-huh.
He's like, well, I got these guys, but if they don't show, it's all yours.
Okay.
I was like, I'm like crossing my fingers. I'm like, oh,
please don't show. Right.
Yeah, like, don't show up.
Uh-huh.
So they ended up not showing up.
Nice.
And so I was like, yes, I'm working, bro, you know?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, it's a tables match.
Okay.
So they pull out the table, and we're trying to, like, you know, prep the table so it's... And if you watch the intro video, if you look with the way we have it set up, it still had the steel rim around it.
Okay. Okay.
The steel rim and the legs were, like, all one piece.
Okay.
So like you couldn't take the brim without taking the legs off.
I see. Okay.
And me and bro were like looking at each other. We're like, I mean, we're big dudes.
Yeah.
So we're going through one way or another.
Right. Right.
You know.
Is that still going to catch you though? You know.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I've there's tables that we haven't broken. I'm just like looking at this one. It's still got that steel on there, and I'm like,
Right.
so all our music hits. We get in the ring. I'm talking a little shit to him. Like I'm like smacking the table. I'm like, you're going through this one there, bro.
Uh huh.
You know.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, so we start throwing hands. You know, going at it. We get the table set up in the corner, and he hits me with that one spear, and we heard it crack. Didn't break.
Okay.
And like as he's getting up, he kind of goes over to me. He goes, "One more time," and then just takes off to the other side of the ring. I'm like, okay, I don't have much of a choice to say no.
Right.
So I sell up, and he put me right through that thing.
He talk about some force, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a good clip. It's a good nice little spot.
Yeah. The only thing that pisses me off about it is because I always try and keep my hair like semi-bald.
Okay.
I didn't cut it before that show, and I got the John Cena bald spot.
Oh, do you? Okay.
It's like you could see it in the back, and I was like, that's the only thing I look at now.
See, nobody even noticed that, but now that you said it, now
everybody's gonna notice it.
Hey, it's still a cool spot, man. Tell me about the atmosphere that night, that first show. I know what a first show could be like. I know it's exciting.
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere? What do you see for the future of this promotion?
I see it going big. Like they got some good names coming out of there. Like they had Necro Butcher and
I think it was his first match back too, wasn't it?
I wasn't sure because I missed that show too.
Okay, but I think it was his first match back.
Okay. Like they got Mickey Knuckles down there. I even walked up to her and I said, you know, I've seen your work. I want to work you too. You know, like she's like, we'll get it. You know, we'll tear it up.
Hell yeah, book it.
So, but yeah, they're getting some good names out there, and they're putting the time and effort into getting these names out there, and I see a big push for it. You know.
Dude, I'm excited. Right now, you've got Negative Outlook. You've got some other shows. I saw another show was running in Hurricane, another promotion. You got LAW. A lot of deathmatch stuff. A nice little blooming deathmatch community starting in West Virginia. What do you think's possible, and what do you think we need to do to grow the deathmatch scene in West Virginia?
I say just keep giving it to people. You know, like put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I really think we can make new fans if people would give it a chance. If, you know, they see it online, they come to a show. I really think we can make new wrestling fans in general. Non-wrestling fans will come.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My girlfriend, never been to a wrestling show.
Okay.
Day of her life. Took her to Miracle on 7th Street, elimination tag, no rules. And the final spot, I got spine busted through a table with barbed wire, and I poured thumbtacks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put like 6 packs of like 200 in a bag.
You just tell me you're scared of thumbtacks, and now you're doing them?
I conquered my fear.
Okay.
I'm done. I gotta, if I want to get into this business in the deathmatch world,
okay,
I gotta conquer it, you know?
Okay.
So I sprinkled like 6 packs of 200 on that fucking table. He power slammed me, and I'm bleeding. We did right before that spot. We did a double skewer spot too.
Okay. Ew.
Because I love doing the skewers.
Yeah.
Like it's just the instant, instant gig pretty much.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at it.
There you go.
Just pop me with those, and we'll be bleeding.
Now we're rocking and rolling. What about the tacks? Did they hurt as bad as you thought they would?
Oh no, I'll do those all day now.
Okay. It's just a fact of
Yeah.
getting over it, huh?
Just had to get over it.
What's next to conquer in the deathmatch weapon world? What do you want to do next?
I want to do tubes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get into the tubes. Anything else? Like, I'm not really too worried. Like, I'll do the barbed wire.
Gusset plate?
The what?
The gusset plate? The plates with the spikes on them? You put them in your head?
I haven't tried those.
Oh.
I've seen guys use them.
Oh. I don't know. Bro, we even talk about the blooming deathmatch community. We even got Nick Gage coming to West Virginia for Conquest, take on Bishop Baylor.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you seeing overall in West Virginia when you're looking at the whole indie scene? We all watch each other. What are you seeing overall? What do you like? What don't you like? What's going on in West Virginia?
I love the freedom down there. You know, like, they're not like in the Pittsburgh and all that stuff. You gotta like kind of follow certain rules and guidelines, and
Right on, yeah.
or you just kind of do it and then
And hope you don't get caught. Oh, I've been to those shows too. The
Yeah.
shows that secret location and good times.
Yeah.
Good times. You can't. I couldn't even post the video of the outside of the venue. So good shit. Yeah, I don't totally know what you're talking about. We're outlaws
but
hell
like
down here.
yeah, it's just one of those things. Like with West Virginia, they don't care, you know.
Just doing
Like-
what we want.
Yeah, like there's no rules. Like there's no. I mean, there is rules, but like they're not gonna.
Yeah, you could. Wrestling's whatever you want it to be in West Virginia, baby.
Yeah, and that's why I like going down that way. You
Yeah.
know,
That makes sense.
Ohio's like in the middle. Like,
Okay.
it's like you gotta watch what you do, but like if it happens, we'll
Right
let
on.
it slide. You know.
Right on.
So like I worked in like 3 different perspectives. You know, it's like you gotta watch what you do.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, but like still watch,
Yeah.
and then to like I don't care.
West
You know?
Virginia, just go balls out, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. That makes perfect sense. Any new states you want to add to the resume this year?
I don't know. Like I've been getting pretty busy just in those 3 states.
Good.
So like I'm terrified of airplanes. So like if I can't drive to it, I'm not going.
I hear you. Yeah, but you get the big phone call. You better start getting on airplanes. It's another
I don't
fear you're
seem
gonna have
to
to
get-
conquer. Well, don't seem to get those calls.
I tell everybody I'm too old to go over there. I'm 31. I started late in the business.
I started at 38, I think. Or 39, so, but I mean, I ain't a worker either, so I totally get it.
Yeah,
I'm old.
but if like Triple H calls me, he ain't gonna be like, he's like, how old are you? 31.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're too old. Like,
So you know where you're at. You know you'll be in the indie world, but the indie world's still big, man. There's still a lot that can be done. Like, where would you like to get to? Like a GCW? Would that, what would you like to do in the indie world?
yeah, I was actually gonna do the most recent NWA tryout,
Okay.
but I got in my head before I went down.
Really?
Like before I wanted to go. Like I was like, I'm not that good. Like, like
Can't do
I've
that.
been like mediocre. Like, but
What
like
if
this is what is the most hardest. Like, even like when I talk to people that are just getting in the business and stuff, they're like, what's the toughest thing? I said, you will always be your biggest critic.
Oh yeah. Yep. You ain't the only one. That's just the way it is,
Like I've always watched back my matches, and I'm just like, could have done this better. You know,
Right on.
you know, like even if people come up and say you did like a good match, you know, like I'll be like, I could have done this better.
Right.
You know,
But
because you know what you're capable of.
right on. Overall, though, are you enjoying the ride? Because I think that's what it's about. We just got to have fun and enjoy it. Are you having fun overall?
Oh, most definitely. Love what I do. Never. I wouldn't change this in the world.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who's some of the
Um,
guys making it fun? Some of the guys some of your buds in the business.
Oh man, there's so many.
Let's,
Like,
let's put them over.
Godric Sandwell,
Okay.
uh, Bud Cassidy, which I have a match next week
Okay.
in Bridgeport, Ohio, Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots. I'm in a bull rope match,
Ooh. Sounds fun.
so we're gonna get a little. And I've been pissing this guy off for a couple months now.
Oh, been poking the bear.
So, and I'm gonna be tied to him.
Hell yeah. You know what you're getting
So,
into.
yeah. Cody Maverick, you know, the whole WVWF locker room, you know, everybody down there is great. They all know who they are.
Hell yeah.
Pro Wrestling Cheap Shot locker room, great guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, man, there's just so many people we could spend the whole podcast. I could just tell you names. You
Hell
know?
yeah. Right on. Right on.
But like, who worked with me, and they know I love them, respect them. They know who they are.
Hell yeah. I love it.
So,
Talk about the WVWF locker room. It was March last year that all this funny drama stuff went down with RSW. When standing back and looking at it then, I said, they're a band of brothers just like we're a band of brothers. It was a real pack mentality deal. What was you seeing on your side of things? What do you remember from this fiasco?
I actually honestly don't even know any of that happened.
Really? You just kind of out of the
Yeah.
mix on that. Wow.
Yeah, it was one of those things, like, I just kind of, just went
Good
in the
on you.
building,
Uh-huh.
shook the boys' hands,
Was
did
you
my job.
Was you at the show that night when we ran a show up the road? Or RSW ran a show up the road? My apologies.
I don't think so.
No.
I can't even remember when I really started, because I've worked them all year.
Mm-hmm.
I think last year is, like, I'm trying to think how long I've been down there. Because
Huh. Maybe you weren't there yet.
I think it was all last year I was down there.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, there goes the juicy stuff for the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, like,
Oh.
I didn't know any of that shit was happening.
Oh,
I just,
it was silly. That's all I got. Well, what are some goals? We talked about different promotions. What would you, when the year's over, what would you like to accomplish?
I want to get my first singles title.
Right on.
You know, I was a 2-time tag champion in MVP with Damian Green.
Okay.
We were the Beer Battered Beef. That was
Nice.
our tag name. Because like when I was in 880,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing the beer gimmick. Like,
Okay.
I would walk out with like the 6-pack holder, toss beers out to the crowd.
Uh-huh.
Whoever I gave the last one to, we chugged it, you know.
Okay.
And then it started hurting the pockets. So I was like, I gotta drop the beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Giving everybody free beer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like a 6-pack of show is.
Yeah. And
I was like,
I know it ain't 80s paying. So all respect to him.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm losing, you know.
Yeah. I say invest in yourself, but yeah, man, giving everybody free beers, you can cut that off. I get it.
And then the worst one, the last show I did with the beer gimmick, Turner's came out with that icy light.
Okay.
and I was never an icy light guy. So I was like, you know, it's a Pittsburgh show. Bring out the Pittsburgh tea, you know.
Okay, Pittsburgh tea.
So I get with the last beer I hand out. We chug it. Fucking yeet the can into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
The first spot was like he come around and like kicked me in the gut.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I almost right in the ring, you know. Like, so I was like, if I'm gonna get kicked in the gut, like I don't want to chance that, you know.
Okay. Too good.
So, and I started doing more family friendly shows, so it's just like,
Yeah, I got you.
so it's just like, let's just still work the blue collar beef,
Uh-huh.
and then, you know,
Just cut out the beer. I dig it.
just cut out the beer part. But then when I went to MVP and started tagging with Damian Green,
Mm-hmm.
he was doing the beer stuff, and I was like, oh shit. So it's kind of like paid homage to my start
Uh-huh. Okay.
still. So it was like, you know, it was cool to work with him. He was really good to work with.
Well, tell me about MVP. I'm on the outside looking in there, too. What can you tell me about MVP?
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Me and J-Roo, I had some issues with bookings, you know.
You couldn't make the bookings, or you didn't like the bookings? What's the issue?
I couldn't make the bookings.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, so he just kind of like slowly worked me out, you know.
Okay. How does a
But
blue
hey.
collar beef prioritize his bookings? Which, you know, I'm already booked here, but this promotion's really big. Or how do you prioritize?
So I always like so like where I'm most big in, you know,
Okay.
like the most over.
Right on.
So like WVWF, I'm
Mhm.
the most over there.
Right on.
So that's my number one priority.
Plus, the way you talk about the locker room, it makes sense.
You know,
Mhm.
Cheap Shots is like the second run. Like I'm over. Still building character there and working on the crowds and stuff like that.
Okay.
But like other than that, like I don't really turn people down. You know,
Right on. Ready
like
to work.
unless if it's not on the same day, or if it's close and I can do like hurry up, do this like first beginning show and then
Uh-huh.
run over to the end,
Uh-huh.
I'll do it. You know, like I said, I don't turn much down.
Have you done some double shots?
I have not.
No? Okay. They're fun.
No. I've been pretty good at keeping my schedule like
Right on.
consistent, you know.
And it's good you got a place you can go every week. That's what I've said about WVWE. Like, they're, you know, it's a consistent place. These guys can grow, go there every week, and it looks like it's happening. So, hell yeah.
Yeah. It's like this, like I said, they took me in like I was family, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I always love it, you know. You go to the crowd even is like family, because it's like
Right.
you get so like this like older couple, you know, that sit by the ring,
Mm-hmm.
they fucking despise me when
Yeah.
my music hits,
Okay.
you know.
Right?
But like if like intermission or end of the show, they always come up to me and they go, "You put on a good show
Oh,
tonight,"
hell yeah.
you know.
I
So
love
it's
it.
like I'm doing my job to
Uh-huh.
where like as a heel to hate me,
Uh-huh.
but like they also know like you put your ass out there, you know.
I love the fact that old
So
people are
that's-
going to wrestling shows.
Yeah,
That's dope. Hell yeah. And you know what else
Yeah.
I like? I like the dinner specials. Like, I would totally go down there and get one of those dinner specials and enjoy some wrestling. I'm all for it, man.
yeah. They always take care of us with that stuff too, you know.
Hell yeah. You get a free meal
So
out of
it's
them when you
awesome.
wrestle? Get you one of those dinner specials?
I'm honestly I don't eat
No? Don't eat on
when I'm there.
No?
Because
Damn.
like when I first started in the business, I was always too nervous to eat before shows.
Okay.
So like I would always eat like a good lunch
Mm-hmm.
that would tie me over for the rest of the night.
Right on.
So like I've just like kept that in my head. Like I'm like it's show day. Like I gotta eat. If I don't eat before this time of the day,
Right.
I won't eat till after the show.
I hear you. Well,
And then you always gotta stop at that Sheets and grab those
and
MTOs.
that, dude, that's just the way, man. I've eaten so much sheets.
I spend my whole earnings on the MTOs.
Yep. Same. Exactly. Oh, dude, and the brownie bites and cheesecake. You know what everybody gets on me for? They call me an old man. They say I'm an old man. I get the rice pudding to go with my sandwich. I'll get like 2. I'll get that rice pudding. I'll kill it.
I didn't even know they had rice pudding at Sheets.
Every Sheets I go to that's in that cooler with like the pre-made sandwiches and the cheeses.
Okay.
I'll get me 2 rice puddings, and everybody's like, rice pudding? What the hell is wrong with you? That shit is good. Kiss my ass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. Everybody be stopping at Sheets.
I've been on the nacho flavored Slim Jims.
Oh, dude, I love those. I've been
Like,
Uh-huh.
like I get like a twin pack, 4 total, and I'm just like,
I haven't seen them around my way recently. That's not fair. I haven't
oh
seen
yeah,
them in
and
years.
I think Sheets all carry them.
Really? I'm going to check next time. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, pro tip. Hell yeah. I'm going to be...
Yeah, and then always gotta have that monster, pre and after,
Same. Yep.
because you need that pre to get you hyped for the show,
Uh-huh.
and then that after to wake you up to drive that fucking haul home.
There you go. Hell yeah, man. It's been a fun one. We're in the final 10 minutes of the show, Dex. In the final 10 minutes, I give my guests the opportunity to put their socials out there, any merchandise, upcoming dates, if there's anything you want to get off your chest, anything you want to put out there. My platform's your platform, and you have at it, sir.
All right, so Dax Preacher, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have my YouTube. Just anything like look for that USDA blue collar beef logo. That's the most recent stuff for me.
Okay.
Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots. What date is that? Next Saturday. Would that be 22nd?
Sounds right. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bridgeport, Ohio, at the Underground Building. Doing another main event against Bud Cassidy and a bull rope.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be fun. We'll have some fun with that. And you got any work promotions? Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Any promotions out there? I'm a message away. If my dates line up, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Do it up.
Yeah.
Ready to work, by God. I dig it, man. I respect it.
So.
Hell yeah, man. I think you're doing your thing. I think you're branching out, doing everything the right way, and, doing what you need to do. So I wish you the best. Do what you want to do, get what you want out of it,
Yeah, like I said, I had that near-death experience.
Yeah.
Something I've always wanted to do since high school.
Yeah.
Finally took the leap, and it's just been a fun ride all the way home.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Do you take time to step back and be like, I'm doing this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time. And it's funny, I always like people the crowd will be like, "Oh, did you hear me say this to you?"
Uh-huh.
And I'm like no, because I've built this where I kind of block the crowd out.
Okay.
So I could hear between the workers.
Right on.
But I don't I'll catch certain things, but I won't always catch the whole atmosphere,
Well, good. That's
But
good.
I'll watch, see what they're cheering for, what they want to see,
Right on.
Love working the crowd,
Great.
especially as a heel,
Uh-huh.
flicking little flicking little kids off, telling them like I did their mom,
Oh,
like
shit.
shit like that, just to get them fired up,
Right?
But
It's that interaction, man. I mean, we talk about
yeah,
how important the fans are all the time. Compare contrast for me. You're working Ohio, PA, West Virginia. Tell me about the difference in the wrestling fans.
oh man, they are like they're all different,
Mm-hmm.
but they're the same.
I got you.
You know, they
Mm-hmm.
love who they love.
Yeah.
They hate who they hate.
Right on. Mm-hmm.
Until you do something to prove that, like, if you're hated
Uh-huh.
and you want to get back to being liked,
Oh,
you
okay.
gotta really prove that point.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
That's a good point.
uh, but like,
Can you give me an
they,
example of that? That where you saw like somebody had to win these fans back over?
well, when me and Cody Maverick started our feud for the WWF World Championship,
Okay.
our our first match, we're in the back, we're talking. He was the biggest heel down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people like hated him down there, and I was like, well, I'm the blue collar, West Virginia, biggest blue collar state,
Right on.
they'll love me,
Okay.
dude. Our music's hit. We go out there, they're fucking cheering him.
Okay.
So like, we do our first lockup. We're like, brother, we gotta switch this around.
Right. Right.
So like, I'm doing all the heat and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
And like, we're talking in the ring, and we're like, well, what about the finish? Because he was gonna low blow me
Uh-huh.
to get over on me.
Okay.
I was like, just keep it the same.
Okay.
So he did the low blow,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I'm sitting there holding my balls. I'm arguing with the ref. I was like, he kicked me in the dick, like,
Uh-huh.
and the fans are like, no, he did it, no, he did it. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
come on.
Hell yeah.
So like just like that, man. Like, he went from like hate it
That's wild.
to baby that fast. Like, cause like, they hate him,
Uh-huh.
but they hated me more.
Exactly. That's awesome. You guys had to switch it on the fly. Hey, you did it, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and we've been tearing it up ever since. I think we've been on like a 4 or 5 month hiatus at each other.
Okay.
We did a Halloween street fight, dog collar, and then we did the triple threat for the world champ. Did my first high fly spot for that match, which I'm trying to get loaded up on YouTube.
Ooh, okay. What happened there?
So the original plan was for me to, like, they were outside of the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna do like a Dustin Rhodes, like, cannonball off the apron into the fans, like, into them.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I really don't want to land on my head. Like, if they don't catch me for some reason, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to land on my head
Right
on concrete.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'll just do a crossbody,
Uh-huh.
safest thing. Like, the world champ's a little bit bigger, so I was like, I'll give you most of the mass. Cody, just catch my legs.
Uh-huh.
And we're getting ready for that spot, and like, he's selling like his ankle or something like that, and and I'm thinking like, oh shit, like, I wasn't like paying attention, like, I thought he was legit hurt.
Okay.
Because he's like limping around, like, I'm like, oh shit, like, something's happened to him,
Right.
like, he hasn't said nothing to any of us,
Uh-huh.
because he's outside of the ring. So I threw the world champ out, they're going at it, and I was like, fuck it, full send.
Uh-huh.
Just threw that crossbody.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the crowd loves it,
Hell
Because
yeah.
like, I always like try and throw that, like, big dudes fly.
Right on.
I won't do it often, but like
When necessary.
if the crowd's starting to come down,
Then you bust
I'm
out
like,
the dive? Okay. That's interesting.
I'll I'll throw out the shotgun drop kick into the corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
because
Man.
like there's a few good pictures out there on my socials and stuff. Like for a big dude, I get some height on those.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. I want to see that video. You definitely need to upload that video and send it to me.
Yeah. Well, the crossbody kind of looked like crud because I didn't think he was like gonna catch me because of his ankle.
Okay.
And, like I didn't want to hurt him more, so
Right.
like I kind of like threw like 1 foot down to catch myself, and it was just,
You're a big dude, man. You tried. Oh well.
yeah.
Definitely want to see it now. I appreciate you joining me. We've actually run a little over, but that's okay. That happens on occasion. You got any
Hey.
final words for the folks before we wrap this bad boy up?
Nah. Look up anything with the blue collar beef. Like and subscribe to WrestleRoni.
Well, thank you.
Spooky Lou, good man.
Trying to be.
Much appreciate this.
And I think we had fun. I think we had a good show, so I'm very pleased with it. Nice conversation. Like I say, it was nice meeting you at the deathmatch show, so definitely we wish you the best. Stay in touch. I'll ask you,
Always.
Dax Preacher, to hang on the line with me if you would. And
Okay.
to the listeners, this is why we do it, man. People living their dreams, doing their thing, trying to branch out and do more, working hard. Spooky Lou loves it. So go out there, live your own dreams, but treat each other with kindness and respect. Don't take no shit from no one. Man, it's going to be a wild week. I promise you that. You got a lot of crazy podcasts ahead of you. Spooky Lou loves you. Stay tuned. Wait till you see what we do next. We're out of here.